Welcome to Law Made Simple, where we simplify complex legal topics for everyday understanding. Today's focus is on check bounce case, legal notice response and defense strategy, governed by Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881. Check bounce, often due to insufficient funds or signature mismatch, is a criminal offense that may lead to jail time or a fine up to twice the check amount. To begin legal action, a notice must be sent within 30 days of dishonor, and for the accused, knowing the right defense strategy is crucial. If you find this helpful, do like, share, and subscribe. Now we move to the next topic. What is check bounce? Let's understand what check bounce means legally. When a check is dishonored, usually due to insufficient funds or signature mismatch, it becomes a criminal offense under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881. The check must be presented within 3 months, and if bounced, the bank issues a dishonor memo as proof. The payee must then send a legal notice within 30 days, and if unpaid, a case can be filed after 15 days of notice. Proper documentation is key to building a strong case. Now, we move to the next topic: how to send legal notice. Let's learn how to send a legal notice in a check bounce case. Begin by drafting a formal notice with check details and the reason for dishonor, as per the bank memo. Under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, the notice must be sent within 30 days via registered or speed post for legal proof. Clearly demand payment within 15 days and include your contact details for response. Keep a copy of the notice and delivery proof. Now, we move to the next topic: how to respond to legal notice. When you receive a legal notice for check bounce, start by reading it carefully to understand the allegations. Consult a lawyer to draft a clear and timely reply. This must be sent within 15 days of receiving the notice. Your response should clarify the check status, payment history, and include proof of payment if already made. If the check was taken under pressure, mention that too. Preserve all documents. Now, we move to the next topic: Section 138 Legal Overview. Let's look at the legal overview of Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, which defines the offense of check bounce in India. It is a bailable and non-cognizable offense, meaning arrest isn't automatic. Punishment includes up to 2 years of imprisonment or a fine up to twice the check amount. The complaint must be filed within 30 days after the notice period ends, and a trial takes place in a magistrate's court. Strong documentary evidence is essential. Now, we move to the next topic: defense strategies for accused. Let's explore key defense strategies for someone accused in a check bounce case. The accused may argue no legal liability existed behind issuing the check, or that it was obtained through coercion or fraud. If the check was presented after its validity expired, or the legal notice was delayed, these are valid defenses. Signature mismatch, altered check, or payment already made before notice can also be raised. Ultimately, if the complainant lacks strong evidence, their case weakens. Now, we move to the next topic: essential documents required. To file a check bounce case, certain documents are essential. You'll need a copy of the bounce check, the bank's dishonor memo, and the legal notice you sent. Also include proof of notice delivery, dates of check issue and dishonor, and any payment receipts if applicable. Don't forget the reply to notice and supporting evidence. These strengthen your case. Now, we move to the next topic: role of legal counsel. Let's understand the vital role of legal counsel in a check bounce case. A lawyer strategizes the defense, ensuring the case is handled with precision and care. They draft legal notices and replies professionally, avoiding technical errors. Counsel also verifies documents and timelines, and represents the client in court, presenting evidence and cross-examining witnesses. Importantly, they track deadlines and may even explore settlement options if appropriate. Now, we move to the next topic: importance of timelines. Timelines play a crucial role in check bounce cases under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881. The check must be presented within 3 months of its issue, and if dishonored, a legal notice must be sent within 30 days. The drawer then has 15 days to reply, failing which the complainant must file a case within 30 days of notice expiry. All documents should be prepared before court filing, and hearings must be attended without delay. Any lapse in these steps can weaken your legal position. Now, we move to the next topic, settlement and mediation options. Let's explore settlement and mediation options in check bounce cases. Parties can mutually resolve disputes, avoiding lengthy litigation. Any settlement must be documented in writing and the terms submitted to the court for official closure. After settlement, parties should apply for case closure and attach payment proof to support the agreement. This approach saves time, money, and emotional stress, and is actively encouraged by courts for peaceful resolution. Now, we move to the next topic, ground for case dismissal. Let's look at the key ground for dismissal in a check bounce case. If the check was taken under duress or without consent, the complaint may not stand. A legal notice sent beyond the 30-day limit is another valid reason for dismissal. If payment was already made before the notice, or the complainant presents incomplete or false evidence, the case weakens. Courts also consider malicious intent or attempts to mislead, and in such cases, the benefit of doubt often favors the accused. Now, we move to the next topic, related legal provisions. Let's explore related legal provisions that strengthen both prosecution and defense in check bounce cases. Under Section 139 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, there's a presumption of liability against the drawer, which the accused must rebut with evidence. Section 142 outlines the procedure for filing complaints, including time limits and jurisdiction. Section 147 allows for settlement of the offense, and the court may accept a compromise if both parties agree. These provisions are crucial in shaping a strong defense strategy. Now, we move to the end topic, conclusion and call to action. Let's wrap up with a quick recap and call to action. Check bounce cases require timely legal action to protect your rights and avoid penalties. A strong defense strategy can prevent conviction, especially when backed by proper documentation and legal guidance. Staying legally aware empowers you to respond confidently and responsibly. Keep learning with Law Made Simple, your guide to everyday legal clarity. Like, share, and subscribe to stay informed and legally empowered.